Well, you already kind of laid that out with the Premium Plus, that you have the animated avatars. And so at that point, you're already taking an NFT. Something that's on IPFS could also be included. And so it doesn't have to be in real time. It can just be a cinematic load screen or an achievement bonus, or just like kind of have the wheel representing what you're going to get from a crate or a key, even though it's already been decided on the blockchain and what it is. So it's just queuing that metadata for that cinematic experience, just like the user experience.
Yeah, true. You can use the front end to make all sorts of cool animations and almost, fully gamified experiences. And we have quite extensive experience with doing that through building previous projects. So I think we are in a good position to deliver these kind of experiences. And one of my high priority experiences will be the kill scenario, where I really want a cool animation to actually killing someone else, where you kind of understand the entire setup of what you're spending and what you're winning, and all of these things,
Sure.
what happened, what went wrong, what went right. And I think we can do a kind of a really cool experience for trying to kill someone, and I'm looking forward to get to that stage where we actually get to execute that, which will happen later in the pre-phase, because we decided to actually include the kill simulation into the launch phase. And the reason for that was, people, this is about real money for a lot of people, and I don't really want people just to get killed out of nowhere, and people are confused running around, scared for their money. So I think we owed the community some sort of insight to what's going to happen. So those who take the game seriously will have an opportunity to try out basically the feature in a non-consequence environment, right? And I think normally initially I didn't think I would do that, because I like the mysterious part, but I realized over time that we have people here who can barely connect a wallet. They are obviously over leveraged people who are really on deep water. We have people connecting to links that looks outrageous, and from a French Kool-Aid. It's just if we just open up killing from day one like that, with a complete mystery behind it, I'm worried that a lot of people will claim they have been wrongly done, or I have scammed them, or I have revealed some information that led to their death, or because truth is that people will lose money, and when that happens, they are looking towards everyone else than themselves as an excuse for why that happened, and I've seen this happen, front row for 3 years now. So
The interesting thing is that, again, you're building component by component, like we do over on the gift head side. We build in pillars, we build in principles, we build in different things that we need to see work and execution to do that. Gamifying, besides just protocol building, is so much more different, because no one really wants to get to the underlying meat and potatoes. But the kill aspect, I'm not sure if you checked the Twitter stream out when Hexmole came up yesterday. He asked some fantastic questions on how can a little guy actually play? How can a little guy that's not embedded into a family do things? And there's many ways that you can actually have, let's call it a safe PG experience within the game based on different parameters. However, the game can be more roguelike, because this is what this is. It's a roguelike experience. One life, one principle, but that economic energy goes in between cities, continents, and families. But it is a roguelike game, or something on ultra hardcore where it's one death.
yes, but I think that what's happening right now, the way I see it, is that imagine these launch phases as some sort of kind of a new way of doing an ICO or a sacrifice or an adoption lobby, where we're actually inflating the game based on capital coming in. When the game goes live, someone can literally just pay the 2,000 mafia, $3 or whatever, and what they can do is that they can solely trade their time and actions for in-game currency inflation. That means over time, you as a player, every single feature will be available to you without ever putting more money than those initial 2,000 mafia in. And that is a very important core game principle of mine, because I want from a smart player, an active player, someone needs to have all opportunity open without being able to bridge in more capital. Obviously, it's going to be harder. It will require more time, and you need to probably even get a bit lucky with your decisions, right? Joining a family, not joining, which one am I joining? Who do I shoot? Do I even shoot anyone? What am I actually doing, right? That will have massive impact on your journey through the game. But there will be so much opportunity to earn in-game currency inflation, which you can use to trade for bridgeable assets outside of the protocol. So from that initial 2000 Mafia profile creation, you can trade your time and do actions and play the game, and you can end up bridging out thousands of dollars of assets and sell on the market if you want to. That opportunity needs to exist in this game, and I will design it so that it does. If you're just a regular user and you have no beef with anyone, and you're not running around with an absurd amount of cash on hand at for no reason, you should generally not be worried about getting killed, because it would probably, if you're just a low ranked nobody with no influence, there wouldn't be any incentive to kill you except training your kill skill on your profile. So normally you kill because there's a strategic move behind it, such as claiming a map dominance, or claiming a business asset, or basically attacking a family to bring it down in worth count, so that you can maybe switch position in the vault payouts, or whatever reason that might be. And that is basically an important feature.
Is there a quick and concise way you can explain kind of what the key aspects of the simulator and what you hope to accomplish with it?
Yes, for sure. Well, number one accomplishment would be education, right? So that people know what they're going into, managing their assets in the most best way, so they can basically make the most educated decision when it actually goes live. So we don't have just people jumping to crazy conclusions and making suicidal moves straight off the bat, right? I want to give users an impression of what does it actually cost to bring another character down, how much health, right? And also what kind of combinations of my attacking setup gives a different result based on that setup, right? So you can actually use this tool to understand core mechanics of the game that will be very useful for someone later in the game when we are actually live, right?
Yeah, and the way I'm kind of picturing it is it's probably a standalone away from the fact that you also have to locate the individual, right? You have to use your detectives to locate the individual. So that part's not a part of the simulator. It's assuming that you already know where your target is and you're in the same city. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. We are skipping several things here because we're basically just going to the final scenario of trying to kill someone. So we will probably even just have a full attack range, so that a very low ranked player can attack a dawn of a family, right? But that would all obviously just have high consequence each time, and then you would learn from that. But in the game, we have the ranges on who you can kill either way, right? So we will just skip all of those rules and just get to the. That's at least how I'm envisioning it right now. But it is a later stage, so we haven't developed it fully yet. But overall, I think it would be nice if we can somehow use that as a tool to help people understand the game, both to their own advantage, both defensively, but also offensively in particular, I would say.